What's up, guys? Welcome to the Week 5 recap of the Fantasy League this week. Bryan, I'm here with RJ today. Tuna couldn't make it, unfortunately, so I had to get a replacement. I got a pretty good one, I think. We'll see how it goes. But today, we're just going to do the recap, and then we're just going to kind of hang out, just talk about the league. It's just going to be a chill thing. Mike's going to give us just some categories that he thought up, and we'll just talk about that. It's just going to be a nice, chill little session here.
Sure.
So we'll hop into the first game. It was my game against Andrew, and I took home the win pretty handily. I was a little worried. AJ Green started going off early in the day, scored a long touchdown, and he was just catching everything. Sure. But I took the win, and I think it was a pretty easy one for me.
How did you feel watching Ben Roethlisberger throw 5 picks? Knowing that you had Antonio Brown on your team and you're watching AJ Green go off, how do you feel?
I knew they'd be throwing it a lot, and they'd keep throwing a lot. Obviously, he threw 5 picks, so they threw it a lot. I mean, 10 catches, 157 yards, and I didn't have Ben Roethlisberger, so I don't mind it at all.
And Andrew helped you out by playing Williams on Green Bay, who
0.1 points. He had 1 rushing yard. We'll be fair to him, but you look at his bench. Not much he could have done. I know he had some injuries at running back. He had Adrian Peterson. He got traded to the Cardinals, so maybe that he'll get some more production. I would imagine he would. He can't really get any less production unless he just doesn't play. But
and he has Devontae Freeman coming back next week as well.
So
he'll be all set up for next week.
Ty Montgomery too. He was injured. But I think things are looking up for Andrew.
And let's talk about Tyler Eifert for you. You picked him up hoping that he was coming back. Unfortunately, breaking news tonight.
Having back surgery, season ending. So I don't mind Safarian-Jenkins, though. Had a good week. 6 catches and a touchdown. Can never complain about that. Good production.
Jet player. Shocker.
I mean, if I got to have a Jet player, I have a Jet player. Move on to the next one, the big game. Logan and Armand, looking forward to it.
Great game.
It was a great game, but it was the lowest scoring game this season so far.
Most entertaining for sure.
Definitely, it went to Monday night. It looked like Logan had it. Diggs didn't do anything.
Diggs got hurt, and I was actually talking with Armand while the game was on.
He must have been pumped.
He was nervous. Having a defense go up against a wideout. You're not thinking that you're going to win that battle.
And Logan had the lead at that point.
And he had the lead. So the Vikings, I saw Harrison Smith pick off Trubisky, and that kind of sealed the deal for Armand. It gave him the 2 points that he won by, really. So
shut Logan up a little bit, and I mean, 2.1 points. Sorry, it's a close matchup. I mean, you look at the benches.
Armand could have blown him away if he played.
I don't know why I didn't start Jones. I mean,
well, you can ask him about that one, but
Green Bay running backs, they always Ty Montgomery. I mean, he's been killing it all season. Got hurt. Jones just picked up right where Ty left off. So we'll see next week.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. We move to the next one. Alton and Rick. Rick with low points. You're always going to beat low points. Alton actually 141.8. He had a great week.
Great week in the matchup that he had. I mean, Sam Bradford gets hurt early. He wasn't himself against Chicago for sure. Cohen had a rough go, as I saw.
Watkins with 0.
Sammy Watkins throwing up a goose egg. You ever have a wideout throw up a goose egg or a running back throw up a goose egg, it's hard to come back from that.
Definitely. I mean, you look at Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, that combination got him 60 points. Those two almost beat Rick.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Good week for Tuna. His running backs were there. His tight end did excellent. Kelsey, great week.
He's always good. Kelsey. We got to watch out for Kelsey. He got a concussion, so we have to keep an eye to see if he's going to play next week.
We'll see. But does Tuna have any other tight ends? He does not. So we'll see what happens with Tuna. He picked up the Eagles' defense. They did it right. He's got Denver coming back against the Giants. Giants have 0 wide receivers. A lot of injuries this week. Forgot to mention that. We're repping some. OBJ, J.J. Watt, lost for the season.
Some of the guys that are gone for good this year. Unfortunately.
It's
very unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Brandon Marshall also hurt.
I think age caught up to him a little faster than everybody was thinking, but
ankle injury,
Yeah. All right, we'll jump here into my game now. I played Mannion. was lucky enough. I shouldn't say lucky enough. I beat the shit
5.
out of him.
Yeah. He would have beat a few people though. 86 points. That was fairly high for this week.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. He had Rogers and Nelson, but by the time that they played, I think I was up by 60, 70 points on him or something like that. So I really wasn't too worried. I had a goose egg with Dwayne Allen.
That was on Thursday, too. That has to make you a little bit nervous.
Well, I was hoping to sneak some points in with Gronk sitting out.
Yeah.
He's officially off my roster for the rest of the year. So
that was your sleeper during the draft.
It was a sleeper, yeah. So Melvin Gordon had a big game, and that's what I traded for after losing David Johnson. So I was pretty happy with the team overall.
That was a big trade. So you bounced back. It's 2 wins in a row now, right?
No.
One?
Okay, all
right. It was last week that we spoke about.
3-game slide.
All right, so you're coming back. Hopefully, you going for the rest of the season.
Yeah, got a few things brewing in the works right now, so we'll see what happens.
Good. Move on to the next one. We have Frank against Tim Barry. Tim Barry actually pulled this one out.
Yeah. He had a good. His position players really stepped it up for him after Goff had a rough week. I'm not sure why he would start Goff against Seattle though.
Very interesting. I mean, you look down, David Carr was hurt, and I guess he felt good in Goff, but that Seattle defense, they're good, man.
Yeah, I don't think I would play him. I mean, Frank, he was expecting more, obviously, from Mike Evans and Devontae Parker.
Of course, yeah, they both had down games. Gurley also only had 5.
Yeah, but again, that's the Seattle defense.
Yeah,
You're kind of gambling against it. Devontae Parker, I talked to Frank earlier in the week, after he lost, and it was a lot of garbage time touchdowns that Parker's had this year. So
yeah,
he didn't have any luck this time around. Mike Evans, had a rough one.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to expect that. 9.9, I mean, it's not bad, but you would expect more from a first-round pick.
Sure.
But, I mean, everyone's going to have down games. You look at Tim's team, he has OBJ, lost him for the year. That was his highest point scorer.
Yep.
Do you think he could still do it without his top draft pick?
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. I mean, he's got a lot of options to move around. I mean, he has Jimmy Graham, and then you also look down and he has Ingram. I think Ingram's going to play a big role in the Giants' offense now that everybody's hurt.
Someone's got to catch the ball, right?
Somebody's got to be involved. So, him, he's got Jared Cook. So he has a few different guys that he can slide into that flex position. And then just move Crabtree up to his number 1 wideout, which Crabtree's been playing like this whole season.
Yeah, so that's always positive when you can just slide someone in when you lose someone. But it's tough when you lose your first-round pick. Either way, hopefully he fights back. I know I play him next week. Mm-hmm. I mean, you hate to lose someone, but I'm not mad about it.
No, you can't be.
I mean, Giants are going to get a better draft pick, too.
Yeah, really. 0-7 going into the bye, the Giants will be. Mark it now.
Yeah, right?
Favorite game of the week here, now that we get to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we move on to Sean and Auto Draft Mike.
Yeah, I was...
Close 1-point game, that was a Monday nighter, right?
That was, yep. All came down, put on the shoulders of Kyle Rudolph at tight end.
Yeah, I mean, I know Sean... He wasn't very optimistic during the games. He needed some guys to make some big plays, and then Fournette broke off that huge run. He had an excellent game.
The 90-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, sure. And then, auto draft. Sean, no longer undefeated. There's no more undefeated teams in the league anymore.
Which is good. I think that's great for the league.
Definitely. Yeah, because it brings everyone just that much closer. We still have 2 defeated teams, unfortunately, Rick and Mannion. Hopefully they could pull it back. I know Mannion's desperately trying to trade everything he has.
Yeah, they won't.
I mean,
I'm in 5th place in my division, and I just don't think that they'll come back. But let's hop back into the game talk. It came down to Kyle Rudolph. I saw it when it was 143.4 to 144.
Yeah.
And Kyle Rudolph caught a simple out route for a first down, and that was the 6 yards that he needed right there.
Yeah.
Tough loss for Chip.
Definitely.
He can't be upset.
His team performed. I mean,
you score 145 points and you score 144 points, you're going to beat anyone.
2 highest points of the week right there.
Yeah, you're going to beat anybody.
I mean, yeah, if you do that every week. Marlon Mack, we spoke about last week. He had a big game. He broke off a long touchdown.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, sleeper. He tried standing by the Colts defense. They had -1.
Yeah, that was rough.
Defense a little shaky, but I mean, Devontae Adams, huge game. Dak Prescott, I hate the Cowboys, always will, but he had a good game.
Anybody can be good behind that offensive line.
Offensive line's unbelievable. I think they don't get enough credit. Dak and Zeke get all the credit, but that offensive line is unreal.
I agree.
And they lost Free, right?
Doug Free, yeah.
They lost him, and you could tell that Dak and Ezekiel Elliott aren't doing as well as they did last year. I think that's a big part.
Camaraderie's not there.
Exactly.
Not there.
That's it for this week. Let's hop into next week. And Shady Mike, you want to hop into throw us some?
All right. So what do you guys see the most interesting game of Week 6 will be?
What do you think?
I think the Thursday night's going to be a big game between Atlanta and the Panthers. 4-1 each team.
Yeah.
So I think that will be the biggest NFL game for us in fantasy. If I had to pick one, truthfully, I'm gonna put Logan and Mannion, who are playing each other. Not in the biggest of matchups, obviously, because Mannion's 0-5, but more just in the sense of they send out the worst trades in the league. So now their two teams can play against each other, and we'll see who can come up on top as the worst trader and possibly the worst player.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, but I'm gonna go with your matchup, you and Armand.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's important. It has more relevance than I think the Mannion-Logan game.
Definitely.
But that should be a real good one. It looks like Armand's going with Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's going to bounce back, or he thinks he's going to bounce back.
Oh, yeah. Against Kansas City, I'm not really sure if that's the defense that you're hoping he bounces back against.
Yeah,
looking at the matchup, you got Marcus Peters covering Antonio Brown the whole game. You have their front seven against Le'Veon Bell, and then Big
Justin
Ben.
Houston's unbelievable.
Right, you got
guy's a freak.
You got too many guys there. I don't think that's the game that you want to play Big Ben on. But
you look at his bench though. Who would he turn to? Eli against Denver? You can't do that.
I don't even know why Eli's on a roster right now.
Especially after he lost everyone.
Everybody.
I mean, before this week, it's understandable, but
Sure.
it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday night. He shouldn't be on a roster right now.
No chance. Zero chance.
Mark Ingram, what do you think about him coming forward with AP gone? I mean, AP was getting 5 touches a game. So.
To be honest, and I'm gonna try not to be biased here. Mark Ingram's good. I don't really think he has the big playability that another
he never really has, to be fair.
That another running back has on New Orleans.
Yeah. Kamara on your team.
Yeah. He's my.
He's gonna have that Darren Sproles kind of role there.
They're saying
just the pass catcher.
They're saying they're both doing everything. So I'm hoping that they love Kamara. So I'm hoping that late pick for me, he can provide that flex role for me.
You got him in the last round, right?
14th.
14th?
Yeah, 14th.
That's not bad. It's a great pickup. I mean, if he's a starting running back in the 14th round, starting any position in the 14th round.
Yeah, I mean, Eric took somebody that doesn't even play in the NFL in the 14th round, so.
You don't want to compare yourself to Eric in drafting.
It all depends.
He had some poor ones towards the end there, and you could definitely tell his team's 0-5.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
My question to you is, who do you think wins first, Rick or Mannion? They play each other in Week 7. Do you think they'll both be 0-6 going into there?
I'm going to say they won't both be 0-6.
You think one of them will win?
I think that Mannion will beat Logan this week.
Really?
That's going to be a little bit of a far-fetched guess for me. But I'm going to say that Mannion takes the win against Logan. And then when Eric and Mannion play against each other in Week 7, I think Eric will take it. And leaving no one winless.
No one defeated? Okay.
Right, no one winless in the
So
league.
my next question is, do you think either Mannion or Rick being 0-5 can repeat what Cody did last year and start 0-5 and make the playoffs?
No. There's no shot. In the East Division, Eric's at 0-5, and then there's Andrew with 2-3, and then Alton at 2-3. I don't think that Eric will catch that. And
they could win out and go 7-5. Do you think 6-6 will make the playoffs? Because that's not completely out of reach.
No, but I don't think there's a shot that either of those teams can win. can go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the
there's
teams.
No chance.
There's a lot of weak spots. Mannion pretty much only has Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers.
Right, and that's not going to win you a lot of ball games.
Also, I should note Thompson, again, he had what, 1.7?
Yeah, 1.7. So people are figuring him out.
About time.
Within the divisions, there's no chance. I'll be really pissed
Maybe
off if
if they were both in the same division, I think one of them would have a shot.
Well, you would hope.
Yeah, but
unfortunately,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, and also in the divisions, if we look at it, I mean, you look at points for and points against with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody in the East, I mean...
Who's in the East again, real quick?
It's you, Armand, Logan, Alton, Andrew, and Rick. I mean, you've kind of, had an easy break this whole year.
Have I?
You're 6'10 to 521.
Armand, I mean, that's about middle of the road in points against, though, if you look at it.
Not in our league. Armand, 455 to 490. Armand should be 1-4. He shouldn't be 4-1. He should be 1-4 with the 0.4 points against stretch.
I agree. Yeah, I think does he have the least points for? He's beaten Rick. He's beaten Rick by 1 point.
Right. So
not even 0.3 points.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Armand's record. He has a stacked team. Right, we all know he wants to trade for everybody's number one, but he's not willing to give up big pieces for it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of calling him out, and he's one of my boys. But
got to be done sometimes.
He wants to get big pieces, but won't put his big pieces forth. And
you know who that sounds a lot like? Someone I'm not going to say who it sounds like because Armand might get a little bit mad. But do you know of anyone else who wants to trade big pieces and give bench players in return?
I'm pretty sure it's the guy's name whose trade is in the team name.
Yeah, Trade Central LLC.
Yeah, that kid. Yeah, I don't really think I don't think the East has really been challenged very much. I mean, Alton at 2-3, but his points for is over.
Two teams at 4-1. I don't think I've done too poorly this year.
No, I think you're crushing it, but Armand should be 1-4. And then moving down, everybody else is pretty even keel. I mean, the fact that Toby and Alton are able to be 2-3.
Alton's pushed back, though. These last 2 weeks after starting 0-3, he's coming back.
It's called Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's absolutely breaking out right now. In the West, we've had a little rougher time. Things have been...
Definitely more competitive.
Much more competitive, yeah. And I think that's because of the talent pool that you put in the West.
Yeah.
You put me, Sean, Frank, Mike, and Tim Barry all in one. Oh, and Mannion, but he doesn't really count. So you put us all in there, and it's clear. That's where the talent is. Where you have Logan, Alton, Rick, in the
Yeah, I mean,
did you choose that because it's obvious?
We put everyone's team got a number. We put them in a hat. We just pulled them out. I'm not gonna lie. I was happy when I saw it.
There it is. Yeah.
Because
you have to be.
Tim Barry. I know he didn't bring the notebook this year, but he brought the notebook last year.
Yeah, he had the pen in his beard. That's enough right there. That's enough luck.
I mean, he was handing out resumes this year. Come on.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
But auto draft, you never know what you're gonna get because he didn't pick his own team.
His team is great, though.
Yeah,
to be honest, he's made no real roster moves, and the team that he has performed very well.
Yeah, and
he's 3-2, and he's.
Should we give him credit, or should we give who auto drafted him credit? I don't know. That's for you to decide. Auto draft. If you watch this,
well, it's for everybody to decide. Even though a lot of people weren't really paying attention, I think he's a big fan. I know I talked to him shortly after the draft, and he was very happy with his team.
That's good. I would have felt bad if he hated his team that we kind of picked for him.
Second overall, he got Le'Veon Bell. Probably who he would have picked anyway. But the fact that he got Le'Veon Bell, he looks good. 3-2, you can't be unhappy. You're tied for second in your division, so you can't beat that. What do
tied for first in the league?
For what?
Just record. We got 3 teams at 4-1. Me, Armand, and Sean.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about auto draft.
Oh, I'm just...
But yeah, what do you think about that? Who do you stack up better against? Playoffs are today. You're in the...
I mean, my team's a little bit in shambles right now. I'm waiting for some people to get healthy. The Eifert thing didn't work out. I have a feeling David Johnson isn't going to work out. But if he does,
Drop him.
no, I can't do that because if he does work out, then I'm looking like a genius, and
Yeah.
someone's not looking too bright for dropping him.
Thank you.
But
It is what it is.
hey, what are you gonna do?
I thought my season was over.
No, you're pulling back nicely. I think that trade for Melvin Gordon is huge for you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are telling me that they want to, ask me what I want for Melvin Gordon, and I gave up a lot to get him.
What exactly did you give up? Lamar Miller, Jesse James,
Lamar
and
Miller.
who's the third?
Jesse James and Marquise
Marquise
Lee.
Lee.
Marquise Lee, hasn't been really living up to the hype that I heard all around him when another one of my draft picks towards ACL and Allen Robinson, right, the number 1 in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Marquise Lee was supposed to fill his shoes, and
Hearns kind of took that role, I think.
Hearns took the role over. Yeah, Jesse James had a big week 1, as you know, as he
I
was
was
on your
hyping him
bench.
up. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I actually dropped him.
Oh,
I hyped him up and then I dropped him.
Even better.
Why I don't know.
that's better.
So
Yeah, Jesse James, he was hot at that moment. And Lamar Miller's always kind of been that, a solid running back in fantasy. He does a little bit of everything. So yeah, I
he's
think
put up some decent numbers.
yeah, he's been all right. So I think, as you see the trade there, it was pretty fair.
Okay, there it is.
Rick needed depth, and I needed a star player. So
Yeah,
I got one.
mean, yeah.
And
especially after you lost your star player.
Right. So, being that I think everybody's getting their team ready for a push. And
Yeah.
it's just going to be a matter of who pushes
The hardest?
the hardest, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens in the upcoming week, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you next week.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Wake your motion, and